Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times, and the Poco's X3's launch event just ended, and I was waiting for the price to go official before we make this video. And this is going to be a quick comparison of the Poco X3 with the X2. I haven't got the device yet. I do have the Poco X2 with me, but the X3 might come soon. And anyway, if we don't get it on time, we would obviously buy it on 29th when the phone is going on sale. But let's talk about how the Poco X3 is an upgrade from the Poco X2. It's actually quite surprising that the price here of the Poco X3 is lesser than the Poco X2, even though it comes with quite a few upgrades here. I mean, the Poco X2 right now is still selling at 17,499 for the basic variant. The most basic one is 6 plus 64 at 17,499, but the Poco X3 with the same variant comes in with 500 rupees less, that's 17,000 rupees. The next one is obviously the same price, 6 plus 128 is at 18,499 for both, and the 8 plus 128 GB option comes at 20,000 rupees, and that's it. I mean, at least the Poco X3 is not crossing the price bar of 20,000 rupees. That's a great thing. But now, what are the major upgrades? I'm not going to talk about each particular feature here because some of them, like the display, are the same. I mean, the display is the same because it's the same size, the same resolution, the same protection, and also the same technology. There's no difference. Even both the phones have the 120 Hz refresh rate, but the Poco X3 comes with a dynamic switch this time. I mean, it's an automatic switcher which would change the refresh rate based on the usage. If you're using something that doesn't really need a faster screen refresh rate, it would automatically switch there to a lesser refresh rate so that the battery is saved. That was not present on the Poco X2. So that's one difference in the display. But the major difference here, the company says, is with the processor, and it's Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G that is coming in for the first time in the market in any smartphone. The Snapdragon 732G with the octa-core chipset and octa-core CPUs, all of them being the Cryo 470, two of them with 2.3 GHz and six of them with 1.8 GHz clock speed. Adreno 618 GPU, again no difference there, but the company this time mentions that it's called the Liquid Cooled Tech 1.0 plus technology, and based on that they're saying that the phone is going to be about 6% cooler than the regular heating when you're playing games. So obviously they mean that it's going to be better than even the Poco X2 in terms of the thermal management. So they are claiming this to be one of the better gaming smartphones in the market and better than the Poco X2 as well, clearly saying that. And next, the huge difference, huge for anyone out there, would be the 6000 mAh battery. I would have called this the same Poco X3 NFC that is already in the market out there in the global market, but no, that one had 5160 mAh battery, and this time for the Indian market, Poco has given a larger battery. That's a 6000 mAh battery, a humongous amount. I mean, it's 3 to 4 phones right now that I remember having the same battery capacity, and that's all in the mid-range anyway, and some of them even lesser priced. But 6000 mAh battery for sure is going to give a long amount of time for gamers, for media consumers, for anyone. 6000 mAh battery, and the fast charging as well is upgraded from the 4500 mAh battery and 27 watt combination on the Poco X2. Here moves on to 6000 mAh with 33 watt fast charging, and 33 watt was present on even the Poco M2 Pro if I remember it correctly. But the company says that again they have something called the middle tab MMT, which is going to charge the smartphone faster by 26%. So how is that going to work? We'll have to see, because we don't really have any other 6000 mAh battery with the same charging speeds to compare and see. But they say that this time at least the same 33 watt is going to charge the phone faster. So we'll see that later, but at least yeah, that is one of the major upgrades once again. And the next one is the dual stereo speakers. So the Poco X3 is going to have the dual stereo speakers for someone who's into gaming, and sometimes if you want to do some casual gaming and still have it without headphones, you can still use this, because dual stereo speakers are going to help in FPS games as well. Now with the camera, you can call it, I mean, it's a similar kind of a thing, but still the change in the sensor is worth mentioning here. The Poco X2 had the IMX686 sensor, the 64 MP sensor. This time the Poco X3 has the IMX682 sensor. So that's one difference. It won't be a huge difference, in fact, because the ISP on the Snapdragon 732G is said to be doing a pretty good job out there to actually optimize the image in the end. So not a huge difference here, but with the wide angle camera there's a certain change. So it's going to be a 13 megapixel wide angle camera rather than the 8MP one that was present on the Poco X2. So that's one difference here. And next, with the selfie camera, Poco has removed the 2 megapixel depth camera that was present on the front alongside the 20MP selfie camera. So the primary 20MP selfie camera is going to stay there, but not towards the side. It's going to be the center in display selfie camera, or you can call the in-screen selfie camera, but the 2MP camera is removed there. So the final one is the IP53 splash proofing. So they did get the IP certification this time. It, in fact, for most of the times we have seen people asking for those IP certifications because it gives you that assurance, okay, that if it has the IP certification, at least rather than the company just saying that, okay, this phone is splash proof. So they did have the IP certification this time, which was not present on the Poco X2. So these are the major differences there. Snapdragon 732G over Snapdragon 730G. Liquid Cool Tech 1.0 Plus, that is the next difference. Dynamic switch refresh rate, the next one. 6000 mAh battery with 33 watt fast charging. Dual stereo speakers, and the 13MP wide camera, that's the wide angle camera, and the IP53 splash proofing. So these were the major differences between the Poco X3 and the Poco X2. And is it an upgrade, or should you rather not upgrade from the Poco X2? I would say if you are already having the Poco X2, you don't really have to upgrade. I mean, the battery obviously is a major shift, but for only the battery, 4500 mAh battery is still not bad. If you're someone who's looking for a newer smartphone, and if you're still wandering around looking at the majority, a lot of options there from Realme, from Motorola, from Xiaomi, and from Poco, and the other brands even including Samsung, you can now look at the Poco X3 as one of the probable good choices there. Because of the price here, 6+64 at 17,000 is not a bad choice at all. But if you have the budget there, 3,000 more, and you're gonna get the 8GB RAM variant with 128GB storage. Of course, that is expandable up to 512GB with the microSD card slot. So that's it in this video, guys. This was all about the Poco X3 and a quick comparison with the Poco X2. I hope you like this video. If you do, to share and subscribe to Eximo Times for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.